Hello YouTubers and fellow Whovians. This is another Doctor Who action figure review, and it is of the Gelth zombie, which features in The Unquiet Dead in the first series of the revival of Doctor Who. This is the first series 1 figure that I have reviewed in quite a while. The last one from series 1 what I reviewed was The Face of Bo, though you could count that as a series 2 and series 3 figure. But anyway, seeing as I've not done a series 1 figure for a while, I thought that I do one now, as I've been doing series 2 and 3 figure reviews. So I've chosen this figure because I think it is quite a good figure. If we take a look at the figure, you can see that it is pretty detailed. But first of all, let's have a look at the articulation. The head does a 360-degree turn. The arms do a 360-degree turn, and the elbows can move up, and here as well the biceps can do a 360, but I won't bother doing that. And the arms don't really do a 360. They can move, but they don't do a 360. And they're quite rubbery, if you know what I mean. You just look like that, you can see it's pretty flexible. So don't try bending it if you've only just got this figure, because you don't want the hand snapping off. Also, there is articulation in the legs, but you can't quite see on the camera. You can just about make out the shoes here, but most of the articulation on the legs is hindered by the skirt, so I wouldn't bother trying to move the legs there. So that's the articulation. The best thing about the figure is the detail. If you just take another look, most of the costume is black. It is very Victorian, and we've got a nice pattern here of flowers, and there's more flowers here on the cuffs or the wrists, and there's more flowers here. So it looks like this old person liked flowers before she died and got possessed by a Gelth gas zombie. And there's also flowers there. You can't really make it out for some reason today. The camera's been a bit weird, but yeah. And here she is wearing a cravat, which is quite nice, and you've got this pattern going down here, which is pretty nice. You've got these creases as well, and there's creases on the skirt as well. And here you've got this peach looking colour on her wrist, and on the back that's what she looks like. There's more creases there, and there's more flowers at the back of the neck as well, and you can just see a bit of hair on the back of her head as well. And she's wearing an old hat, something that many Victorians wore in that period, in the 1860s, I think it was, as I recall from the episode. The face is pretty good. It looks quite scary if you look at it in the dark, and if you're a collector and you have children, so say if you're like an adult collector, then I would recommend not showing this to your kids, until they're about 7 plus, let's say, because usually on the boxes it says years 3 and over, but on this one I think it should be 7 and over, because the actual episode itself is rated as a 12, because it says that on the Volume 1 DVD of Series 1, which was actually the first Doctor Who DVD I bought. So yeah, like I say, if you look at the eyes, they look very creepy, and you can just make out the pupils that are black, and around the eyes, the eyelids are painted red. It's pretty nice, and the skin tone is excellent. It looks like it's dead and it's zombified, so that's a really nice effect that character options have made on the figure. This figure was made singularly for retailers back in 2007, and then later it got a re-release, and the re-release had a special glow-in-the-dark effect. I think the same went for the Ood from Series 2, which I have also reviewed a while back. If you want to check out that review, then check my channel. And yeah, I got this figure before the glow-in-the-dark one came along, and it is a good figure to have on the shelf. But again, if you're a completist, then obviously I would recommend getting the figure if you haven't already done so. Otherwise, like Dalek Thay Damaged or the Mox of Balhoun, I would pass on this figure. But personally, I would recommend it because it is one of my favourites and it looks quite cool on the shelf. So that's my review of the Gelth Zombie. Be sure to check out my channel, comment, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more action figure reviews. My next action figure review will be of the Editor, which is also a Series 1 figure, and he is played by Simon Pegg. I hope you tune in to watch that action figure review, and I hope you have enjoyed this one. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.